right? So the name is Liver King because liver is king. Start with liver. If you can let liver into your
I don't
life,
like liver though.
Oh, how much you want to bet you need liver though?
Why do I need liver?
Because liver is the biggest lever to creating change in your life. You need liver, and I can tell you about the vitamins, the minerals. I can tell you about some of the peptides if you're really interested, because yesterday you asked me and I stumbled on one of them. It was Leap 2 that I stumbled on. But here's the thing, if you want to be an alpha organism, dominating life, do what other alpha organisms do, right? I know we talked about this, but the killer whale, the ultimate predator of the ocean, they rip open another predator, a great white shark, and they go for the liver first, right? The pack of lions that go for the liver first. It's primitive culture tribes that are kicking our fucking ass in life. They go for the liver first, right? Some people may say, oh, I don't like liver. But you know what? 80% of the population is living paycheck to paycheck. They're struggling, right? 70% are obese, right? Half of them are morbidly obese. We got 50% of the population on prescription drugs. 40% has cancer. And 1 out of 5 kids this tall is on prescription medicine. The world needs a solution, right? I want us to be able to acknowledge we have a problem today. We have an epidemic of metabolic conditions, of health conditions, of hurt and suffering.
I'm sorry, what's a metabolic condition?
I think you know what a metabolic condition is, right? The way that I would describe a metabolic condition is something that affects your metabolism in a negative way.
So
right?
Probably like a lot of preventable diseases through not just nutrition, but through these tenets.
Correct. Yeah, through lifestyle, because all 9 ancestral tenets cell signal something so that we can epigenetically express something. And so I think said a little bit more simply is most people are living a life that fucking sucks and they're hurting. And they know this, they know that they're hurting. Most people are incredibly desperate.
Do you think that they realize that their life sucks?
Many people do.
And you don't mean that their life sucks in a judgmental comparison way to your life. You just mean that they're trapped in a lot of pain. Like just from what you hear, is that your experience? Is that what you're sharing? Is that you think people are suffering due to maybe some of the, maybe the things you observed?
Correct, and I'm talking more specifically depression, anxiety, autoimmune conditions. I'm talking about, we said earlier, metabolic conditions, people that have low energy, that have low manhood, right? That are really struggling in life. And I've talked about this guy, Saul, who ran across the Brooklyn Bridge, started doing ancestral tenets. He starts doing push-ups every day. He lost 60 pounds. He's reconnected with life. He has confidence. He stopped drinking alcohol. One of my best friends, Ben, was bedridden in the hospital with an HSCRP over 100, had Crohn's, an autoimmune intractable condition. Now he's kicking ass in life. I mean, there's so many stories like this, right? And what I would have to say is, you can't do much worse than how most people know they're meant for more in life. They don't know what else to do, right? They go to a job that they hate. They come home to a life that they don't love. They sedate themselves with enough Netflix, with enough medication, with enough porn, with enough something to call it a day, to call it a week, to call it a month, to call it their life. People know that they're meant for more, right? So people are really hurting, and it's not like I'm just observing and I would compare my life to somebody else's life. You know, what I know is life is about making progress. And when you make progress with a relationship, you have happiness with that relationship. When you make progress with a book, you have intellectual happiness, right? And this is what I want people to know is the big takeaway I'm going to say throughout, hopefully, this conversation is the name's Liver King because liver is king. Start with liver, and once you realize that this improves your mood, this improves your drive, this is the currency of life, and then I hope that you're going to say, maybe this guy isn't just a bumbling idiot. Maybe he knows one thing, and maybe I should look into some of these other 9 ancestral tenets because I didn't make up these 9 ancestral tenets. Right? This is the way our early ancestors have lived. And I know this because I've gone and visited with 6 primitive culture tribes, and we've studied this stuff, right? And a lot of it's just based out of first principle thinking. Like ancestral tenet 7 is sun, right? And you can say, okay, based off of first principle thinking, we got a lot of sun, right? But now the science has come out, and we got great guys like Andrew Huberman, like Paul Saladino, that talk about how important sun is. Right, so there's 9 ancestral tenets, but I want people to start with liver because you can execute at a high level, and liver is going to make the most profound, the fastest change for most people.
This sounds like a really wonderful, these sound like really wonderful ideas. These 8 ancestral tenets, all the stuff you're pointing out. Why do you think via social media a lot of people hate you?
You know, this is an interesting question. I don't think people hate me. You know, I don't think that I really have critics either. right? What I say back is, how can you hate or be a critic to our original way of being, right? If they want to hate me specifically for whatever reason, I would say bring it on. But you can't hate the message. Again, this is not my message. The 9 ancestral tenets belong to your ancestors, belong to their ancestors. What I would have to say back to these traditional thinkers, right, to people that might hate or critique on the message is, you had your time. You had your fucking chance. It didn't fucking work. And now we got a pandemic of issues and people aren't able to fulfill their potential. So I would say now it's my time. And by my time, you know what I mean. What I mean is, this is time to usher in the wisdom of our early ancestors, to bring back real struggle, right? To bring back real earning it, to connect with fight.
Power Project family, how's it going? And listen up. We talk about meat and nutrition all the time on this podcast, from the carnivore diet, keto, low carb, IFYM. And the cool thing is that we've partnered with a great company, Piemontes Beef. Yes, it's beef. And the great thing about Piemontes Beef is this: no matter if you're someone who's dieting on low fats, high fats, carnivore, any diet, they have different types of cuts of steak that are going to fit your diet perfectly. From the flat iron that has, Andrew, what is the macros on that thing?
So that one has 46 grams of protein and only 4 grams of fat for the entire steak.
And if you want fattier cuts, they have ribeyes, center cuts. They have literally everything for no matter what diet you do. So you can't use the excuse of your diet and tell yourself that you can't eat red meat. So Andrew, how can they get Piemontes Beef?
Yes, man. So that's at Piemontes.com. That's Piedmontese.com. At checkout, enter promo code POWER for 25% off your entire order. And if your order is $150 or more, you get free 2-day shipping. Again, Piedmontese.com, promo code POWER. All links down in the description, as well as the podcast show notes.
That's the 8th ancestral tenet. You said 8, there's 9. But that's the 8th ancestral tenet. And so what I would say back to haters and critics is, you had your fucking time. Because of other kids like my kids that were really sick at one time, other kids deserve a decent chance in life, right? Because of people that can't have kids, that are suffering with infertility issues, like this primal that I know, Kat, that couldn't have kids, adopted an ancestral lifestyle, boom, just like that. She's able to fulfill her primal purpose to be healthy enough, to be fertile enough, to propagate our species. So what I would say back to these guys is, you're hurting, right? And you had your time. And most of the time what I see is, haters are usually hurting the most. And they're projecting that hate, that hurt that they have on other people. And if I can get them to take that energy that they have, because I've seen a lot of times that this has happened. After the Logan Paul show, I got this message. And this is one of my favorite DMs I ever got. And it said, "I've always hated you. Since the inception of Liver King, I hated you. After you did these messages, I hated you." He said horrible things about my kids, my family, you name it. He said, after I saw the Logan Paul podcast, I realized that I was that guy hurting, that I was that guy suffering, and I'm the guy hating life, and I'm projecting the hate that I have for myself back on you and back on other people. And he said, I'm gonna take ownership for the first time in my life. You've made it this realization known to me, that I have control to change my life. So this is what I would have to say back to them. Is like, you had your time, you had your fucking chance. And now it's time to honor the struggle of our early ancestors. And I would look deeply into a mirror. And I would say, you cannot do any worse than how you're doing, and how much you want to bet. When you scratch the surface of your potential, you start to realize how incredible, how rich, how deep life can be.
This is why I wanted to talk to you, because I've seen so much of your content on Instagram, blowing up on TikTok. It's not just the stuff that you put out, but then people are reposting your stuff. Some people are sharing it in kind of like, I think sometimes the internet is like an "I told you so" kind of thing. So it's like a buddy nudging another buddy, like, "I told you, idiot, we should be eating this way." There's other people that are making fun of it. There's other people that are shooting it down. You have like a real wide array of people's thoughts on it. One of the issues with traditional social media, as it is with Instagram and as it is with TikTok, is they're really quick. A big difference can be a podcast. And listening to you on Logan Paul's podcast, and the reason why I've been trying to coerce you into doing a podcast, so I'm grateful that we're here now, is because it is longer format.
Yeah.
And we have an opportunity to really learn and know about the details of what it is that you're saying, because sometimes just in a quick message, you end up with a lot of people going, yeah, but I don't like the taste of liver. Yeah, but I don't. What do you think is the main? It sounds like you're pointing to there's some big time failures that have happened. What are some of the big time failures? Do you think that sometimes some of the messaging is maybe not worded correctly? Like this message of telling people like you can eat whatever you want, but you have to do it in moderation. Like, do you personally believe that messages like that are just total bullshit and they don't maybe, do people need more order or something like that in order to get this, whatever this failure is, together?
I don't know the answer to that. What I know is I don't focus on failure, right? I don't focus on the things that haven't worked. I don't focus on trying to problem solve what hasn't worked up until this point. What I know
but
is
it's time to try something different.
And it's not just something like different, right? This is the original human way of being. This is what enabled us to become the baddest fucking mammalian predators that ever walked the earth, right? This is what I'm teaching and preaching. Again, these are not my ideas, right? This is what evolved and shaped us to become these apex predators. And if you go and you visit with primitive culture tribes, you'll see that they have no material possessions. They're the happiest people you've ever been around. Completely content, laughing hysterically, right? The culture and chemistry that these modern day primitive cultures have, if any sports team in the United States had this culture and chemistry, they win a championship every fucking time.
Modern day primitive cultures, do they use technology as well and things that are of today?
I wouldn't say up to date. You know, technology is anything that can be used as a utility by definition, right? So percussion technology is taking that rock and using it in a percussion manner to crack open the cranium to harvest the nutrient-dense brains, right? Same thing, percussion, to do that with a femur bone to take out the bone marrow. These are some of the reasons why these are my favorite foods, right? Because brain and bone marrow are some of our original foods for that reason, because it's locked up to people that couldn't figure out technology to unlock it. But this is technology, you know, and sculpting that into a bifacial blade, having fire at will, all of this is technology. Do they have technology? Absolutely. Language is technology. Do they have the modern day technologies we have? No fucking way. You know, when we were going to visit with the Machigenga tribe, I don't even know how many hours we had to drive. We drove for over a day, and then we drove to the edge of the land, and then we got on a riverboat, and then the electrical poles ran out, and then we were on the riverboat for several hours until they received us. I mean, there's no electricity out there. So in terms of the modern day technology we have, it's night and day. They don't have any of that stuff. Yeah, and again, you look at how happy they are, and it will change your whole perspective on things. How do they have the happiness, what we ultimately all want, but they have no material possessions? The bonding, the connecting that they have, you know, is something that we would all admire and aspire to have in our own lives. This is true joy, right? I remember coming back thinking, what is all this material stuff anyways?
Why do you think that they're so fulfilled?
I think because they got it right. I think by getting it right, it means when you sleep, eat, move, shield, connect, and cold thermal pressures, sun, fight, and bond. When you embrace these 9 ancestral tenets, our original way of being, you naturally have this fulfillment, this connection. It's hardwired, it's built into us. This is why I think that, you know, and so this is why I say that, you know, my name is Liver King. I want people to eat liver. But ultimately, what I want people to know is you do this stuff, you set yourself on this trajectory, and you can become anything, even a king. But the only kind of king is a self-made king.
Hey guys, I've seen that you guys have been commenting about how much you hate the whispering outro, asking you to like, comment, and subscribe. So I'm going to whisper again because I know you don't like it. So hey, I know we're bringing you some good content. So like, comment, subscribe, and share it with some friends so we can all help each other out. And maybe I'll stop whispering in your ear. Bye.